Well, people, it's a bit of a late one for me. Let's get my mic down here. That might help, mightn't it? Yeah. So, Sean Murray's gone and stuck out a freaking emoji, hasn't he? After all this sort of downplay of the update. Wake up, jellyfish. Yes, it's not bedtime yet. Earn your wage. Freaking jellyfish. Yes, it's quite late here in the UK. Now, I scramble to get this on and to get it up online so I can sort of interact with you guys and get your thoughts and feelings, because I'm not going to be able to sleep now. Because I've got this emoji floating about in my head. What can it mean? So, yes, I'm looking for some inspiration from you chaps inside the live stream as well. We've got Assistant No Man's Sky, Kurt, the maker of the app. Howdy diddly dandy there, chap. We've got Huckleberry in the house as well, and Brad. Now, and James MC. Right, anyway, let's just go and hit on up my reaction cam, and let's take a look, see at what we've got, shall we, people? Right, so I've got some music in the background. I've got the visualization board for my freaking Winamp. Look at that, isn't it freaking lovely? It's lovely, that. I do love Winamp, despite what people say, you know. So what if it's frickin' ancient? If it still bloody works, it's bloody good, isn't it? Anyway, this is what Sean Murray has tweeted out. It's a tiny little telescope. Yes, it is, you naughty little telescope. Can I make you big? No, I can't. But anyway, we've clicked on it now, so we can read what people's comments are here. There it is. And yeah, Legacy Zero dropped his video in there. Oh, I should do that. I should take advantage of that myself. Yes, Oaks Up 1. Yes, we've got the binoculars out. What the fudge? Is that real? No. Seriously? That's pretty darn freaking crazy. Okay, now I've got my own thoughts and feelings on what this telescope is. I'm just going to go through these comments while you guys are typing what you think it might be as well inside of your comments. Oh, actually, let me bring up the text box. That might help because we're live, aren't we? Here we go, podcast mode. Now all your comments will appear underneath here. I keep pointing here, and I had all my gadgets there. So hopefully, yes, your comments will start appearing here once Streamlabs catches up. But don't worry, I've got them on my screen over here anyways. So that's all good. Let's have a look down here then, see what else we've got. Oh, we got this little chap. What's with Kim Jong-un? Is he I don't know what's going on with Kim Jong-un oh, whatever. What do you say? I don't know. Okay, emoji time. Yes, son of 11 p.m. Really? So much for sleep. Exactly, Dragon Sire. I'm in the light to that. That's exactly how I feel. Yes, and it is quite exciting. Yep, heck yes. It's happening. It is indeed. Yep. Let's do it. It's that time. Let's go. Okay, so there's not many people going, oh, I wonder if it's this. I wonder if it's that. Okay, well, I'm just going to give you my thoughts and feelings then. Let's just jump into what I think about this thing then. So, yeah, telescope emoji. Well, let's jump over to the old freaking Google, shall we? Telescope emoji. There it is in my freaking search history because I was looking for an image for my thumbnail. But what does it mean on Emojipedia? Emoji meaning a telescope as used to gaze at the stars and planets in the night sky, shown with an optical tube mounted on a tripod, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's just extend that one. Commonly used for various content concerning astronomy, outer space, celestial objects, and science, and more generally. Okay, may also be used for various concepts of sight and spying and viewing. Right, okay, fine. Well, there we go. That's what it actually means inside of the tinterwebs. But you know that Sean Murray uses this for all sorts. I mean, if we jump back over to here, we go back to Sean Murray. If we just scroll down, there it is there, New Bridge. And he used that emoji on New Bridge. So, does it mean that we might even start this new relaxation mode on the bridge of a freighter? You know, I put a video out about that earlier today. To be honest, I don't honestly think that that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to get a complete rework to the game mode. I mean, that's what I would like to see happen. But what I like to see happen never actually really happens, does it? We've found that out from my latest speculations and things over the last year or so. I mean, some of the stuff that I've speculated on has come true. It's like my wish list of 2020. If you look at that one, I actually said in there, I would like it if the multi-tool vendor had a console there where you could upgrade your multi-tool, because there's so many multi-tools that have very few slots, and I would like to be able to add slots in so I could make any multi-tool as OP as I wanted and take people by surprise in PvP by taking them out with a pistol. And you can now do that. So, you know, sometimes speculation through wish lists and ideas comes into the verse. And I also mentioned about having Sentinel pillars to shut down Sentinel activity. We've got Sentinel pillars now. So there's been times where I've got it right, but you know, ship customization still hasn't come in. You know, the whole station override still hasn't come in. The Void and the Realm of Glass, that still hasn't happened. But yeah, I really was hoping for a lot of that to appear in version 4.0, but there is hints that we're getting a new game mode, and there's a lot of tie-ins for like quality of life and things. So who knows? They might have added in a few things. So anyway. What I think this is I actually done a mock-up over on Reddit. I wonder if it's still there. Let's just jump on quickly. So, No Man's Sky Odyssey, I think I called it. Odyssey. Boom. And mock-up. Where is it? Mock-up. Let's put mock-up. Let's see if it comes up with Reddit. There we go. I bet this is it. Yes, this is it. And you can see there he's sort of like gazing off into the horizon. So, and I thought, you know, Odyssey would be quite a nice name for 4.0, mainly because we've had Next, we've had Beyond, Next after you had Origins. I figured Odyssey would be a good one if it was bringing in the future, you know, and it's part of a journey, and this is kind of putting a little bit of a tidy up to that journey. But in this one, I think this is the one where I actually mentioned about Sentinel pillars. Oh, okay, this is going to be a bit in the way now, isn't it? Let's move that over there a little. Ooh, fudging heck. Okay, well, that's a bit weird. Okay, so if I move this one, it moves both, does it? Yes, it does. Okay, so here we go. I mentioned about having megafauna. Now, isn't it weird that inside the Living Frigate missions, with the story stuff, it actually said about giant fauna worlds, or, megafauna worlds. Well, I mentioned megafauna, and I put in about, you know, Child of Helios and things like that, and apex predators. Well, we've actually got a Child of Helios as a pet now, and also we've got leviathans, which are kind of like megafaunas in a roundabout way, or space whales. But yeah, so we've got all that in there. Entering the Void still hasn't happened, like I mentioned. Ship customization, which I'd love to see, but that hasn't happened yet. However, inside of the interviews with Sean Murray, they've actually said that they're going to be upping the upper tiers for players that have been playing for a long time. So you're going to be able to upgrade a little bit further with ship and multi-tool. So, you know, we saw those command lines, and I said, we're finally getting customization because of those command lines. Those command lines could be that we're going to be able to add new modules in and push our ships further, and maybe our multi-tools. Now, I'm hoping that they do it by adding things behind those Atlas Pass-free doors, which are completely useless at the moment. You know, we've got our Atlas Pass-frees, but we can't get in there to get any of the tech. But that would make sense if, they hid stuff behind those doors for us to go find. And, you know, the telescope ties into that a bit, going searching for things, observing and all that sort of shenanigans. But to be honest, I think they've used this telescope mainly because they're adding more detail into stuff. And you're going to see that detail, you know, it's bringing it closer to reality. They've already said that when they do updates, they paint with a rather big brushstroke. And now they're going back and they're putting in all the fine detail. And that's what I mean with the telescope. I think it's just about adding detail. I think they've used the telescope because it's about adding detail. So anyhow, let's see what you guys think, and then I'll carry on through this mock-up anyhow. Because I've got quite a lot going on here now. You guys have gone freaking crazy. Awesome, lovely. It's 25 past midnight for me, says Assistant No Man's Sky. Holy fudge. Well, I hope you managed to sit through this. I'm not going to be going long. I'm not going to pad this out. I'm going to say my thoughts. I'm going to read what your thoughts are as well inside the comments. So get a type in with those little digits of yours. And I'll be reading them out. And we'll be sort of speculating on this together. Because I've given you my thoughts and feelings. I've got the rest of this patch notey thing to just go through that I put together for Odyssey for 4.0. And you'll see just how much of this is already in iteration. I mean, there's a lot there isn't, but it would be nice if they do add some of this stuff in, because I put this together mainly for Endgame content people, you know, for the upper people that have gone and done all their stuff up. Anyway, I'll get back to that in a moment. There we go. Hey, Captain. Hi, chat. Says CW Volcanus. What a cool name. Starship Emporium in the house. Right, see Starship Emporium. He's got a cool channel where he goes ship hunting. If you like ships, you're going to like his channel. He used to be a pilot, so he knows a lot about real-life planes, and he sort of brings that into his videos. It's great. We've got Huckleberry, Kim Jong-un. Yes, a lot of Kim Jong-un. That was really weird, wasn't it? I was getting Kim Jong-un out over there, to be fair. We got E for Demon. Good show. Well, thank you very much, E for Demon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we got No Man's Sky Skywalker again, back again for another installation. Yes, because this is my second live stream of today. You was here earlier as well. Thank you for being a regular. I'm going with the Explorers update. Okay. Yeah, we did have the compass one before, didn't we? And that was very exploration-y driven, but that turned out to be a more of a expedition anyway, didn't it? Okay, alright, it's the Stargazer update. Oh, Stargazer, I like the name of that. That's a cool name, Ricey. Stargazer. Yeah, why not? I was thinking either Odyssey or Horizons, that sort of thing. Because, you know, you look at the horizon through a telescope. So that's where I'm going. Horizons or Odyssey. Because Odyssey, when you're going out on a voyage, you need a telescope to spot land, don't you, anyhow? So yeah, Stargazer, though, that's a very good shout. You know, yeah, pretty cool. I swear, if I get another freaking freighter update, I'm going to be pissed. Says Huckleman. Okay, yeah. Well, you know what? The freighters are really cool. I'd like to see crews appearing on onboard frigates. I have to say that much. It'd be nice to go on away missions as well and see more going on. It'd be nice to actually see freighters, you know, taking off from planets as well, like that poster that we just unlocked. That'd be cool. But I don't think we can get any of this update. Okay, so we've got Ether Demon there. Choose your starting point planet or freighter. I did a video earlier where we had sort of that sort of stuff going on. Nexus, station or freighter though, not planet. But yeah, pretty cool. Oh, Yogus! Hello there! Hello there, Jogus! Hello there, matey. So Jogus, he actually gave me the pennies. He gave me all the monies. Well, not pennies, pounds, lots of pounds. And he bought me my PlayStation 5. So hats off. Yeah, there you go. You get to see my snazzy freaking haircut. There you go. What a treat for the eyes that is. But thank you, Jorgos. It's always a pleasure to see you inside of my chat, sir. Yes, you're freaking awesome. Heck yes, you are. Now, every major update, Jorgos hits me up on the old Skype. He goes, I've still got him on freaking... I've got Skype installed on my phone. Or I did do. I haven't put it on my new phone. But yeah, we usually say, is this going to give us the Void? Is it going to give us the Realm of Glass? Is it going to give us procedural generation to the likes of the Super Formula? And yeah, we have like a little chin wag to say, you know, is it going to work? Is this going to be the one? And so far, we've been pretty unlucky on that one. But yeah, he's really hoping for the E3 type vibes of yesteryear. Michael Svensson says, glass. It would be nice to understand what the fudge is going on with the Realm of Glass. It's been hinted at so much in the lore, and that's why I keep putting out speculation videos that the Realm of Glass and the Void is going to be a thing. Oh, we just had another person be super generous. We got Skeng Biscuit. Just donated £5 through Super Chat. Thank you very much. That's mightily kind and generous of thee. Thanking you. Awesome. Cheers for that. Cool, we got Old Explorer in the house. Hi, Captain Steve. Hi, all. Well, hello, Old Explorer. I just saw you over on Jason's stream with Beeble. And you've got jumping from stream to stream. Have they finished off now? I didn't even check before I went live. I was just about to put my PJs on. And I said to my missus, I was like, Sean Murray's just put out a freaking emoji. She's like, you're not going to be out of sleep. Just get in there, go cover it, and come back in when you've got it out your system. I love her. She's freaking awesome. She knows me so well. Yeah, she really does. Yeah, Eternal Darkness, greetings and salutations. Well, greetings and salutations. We've got OKV3D in there as well. Bored No Man's Sky is better. Yeah, Super Steve, Odyssey. Yeah, I hope it's Odyssey. I mean, I made a freaking mock-up and called it Odyssey. Wouldn't it be awesome if it was? Yes. Okay, Wilfredo Santo Jr. I think the telescope means a looking into the future. Well, you had Next and you had Beyond and Origins. They're all about time, aren't they? You know, so it does make you think that the next one is also going to be time related in namesake. So, but I just can't think of anything after Next or Beyond that would be, you know, progressing forwards or to do with tidying up and cleaning up. There, I went with Odyssey or Horizons. They're my two biggest guesses. I like Rice's guess was Stargazer, though. That's quite a good one as well, isn't it? Okay, technicalities, says John Miller. Yeah, there's a lot of technicalities out there, isn't there? Yeah. Not quite a pilot, but close. Oh, okay, Ricey. Fair enough. Well, I didn't want to say what you actually did or who you used to work for or anything like that, because I don't know how much you would like putting out there. But yeah, Ricey was a Harrier pilot. Cool. Executomondo says Legacy Zero. Legacy Zero's here, people. Legacy Zero has done some awesome videos as of late. Well, always actually. Always does awesome videos. But the ones of late on 4.0 have been very good indeed. Yes, he's kept his sort of speculation in check. And I like where he's going with it as well. And I kind of agree with him that we need more to sort of loot. And there needs to be something for the upper tier. You know, the people that have been playing for over 1,000 odd hours that need something else to do. It looks like, from what we've read with all these interviews with Sean Murray, they're going to be delivering on that Legacy Zero. So I hope you're very excited on that. I know I am to some degree. It depends on how they do it, because they've said things in the past where they're going to be building out or fleshing out things, and then when you go to it and you actually start digging into it a bit, it was a little bit like Prisms, and when they added in a little bit more variety to things. And actually what they actually done was added fauna to every bloody planet, to the point now that it doesn't feel as special when you come across fauna on a planet. But yeah, they rubber stamped a lot basically. But yes, they did add in more sort of things to see, but it was the same things to see. So we'll see. Yeah, I hope that they've done it in a way that's going to keep everybody sort of happy. But it's so hard to keep everybody happy, isn't it? It's like a lot of us would like ship customization, but then there's people out there that say, no, that's going to destroy ship hunting. Well, it depends what level of ship customization they add in. If they do it off of scrapping ships, and you can only have so many parts inside of your actual infantry space to build the ships out with, then you can become a ship specialist, building certain ships. Building ships for your hub, or building ships so at least you can fly in a matching squadron. You know, that sort of shenanigans. It wouldn't have to spoil things if it was done the right way, is where I'm going with it, you know. But oh, okay, cool. Let's carry on. We've got Silent Robot there. Hello there, Silent Robot. Yeah, Jason's stream, they came up with a discovery expedition. Oh, nice. Oh, okay, cool. I was watching it, but I couldn't really understand what they were up to. It just looked like Jason was fixing a ship and taking off again or whatever. But yeah, pretty darn cool. Me and Rod, we do like a discovery exploration stream against each other. So we both go to random planets in the system, and we scan as many creatures as we can on the planet within a certain amount of time, and see who manages to scan the most, and whoever does wins, you know, that sort of thing. We've done that before. It's always fun. E for Dragon, are we getting an expedition with this update? That's a bloody good question, E for Dragon. Now, Sean Murray in the past has said that they never release an expedition without a marked or planned update. Well, this is definitely a marked and planned update, but now they are added in expeditions for the Switch, aren't they? You know, that is a tile on the Switch's screen. They've got the expedition tile right now, but will they have it on Friday? But they have put in there that it will include expeditions. So yes, I'm more than hopeful that they will add in a new expedition. Otherwise they're going to have a dead frickin' tile there, aren't they? It might not be day dot on the Friday that we get the new expedition. It might wait a week for them to at least get used to the controls. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we're going to get a new expedition. I think if we do, it might be Sentinel based, since we've got that Sentinel Trails that's locked out on the freighter that's still unlockable. I'm hoping that gets given as some sort of perk for running the expedition, but then it'll be there in everybody's game files even if they don't run the expedition there on after. So I think that might be a Quicksilver drop, thinking about it logically. Right, Guthrum, hello there, Guthrum, welcome, welcome. Telescope is looking at the new horizon and an expedition which includes a special biome to explore, fingers crossed. I honestly think I think Horizons is a good shout, to be fair, for a name of either the expedition or the update. Odyssey, I'd like to think, is also sort of on the cards. You've got what is it? Mario Odyssey, haven't you, on the Nintendo Switch? It might be a little bit of a play on words as well with Odyssey. Not that we even knew that the Switch version was coming out when I named this mock-up Odyssey. If it does become Odyssey, then it's just freaking pure luck. Yeah, cool. Haha, indeed, says Yorgros. Yes, yeah, we usually sort of hit each other up and have a little bit of a sort of sesh, to be fair. I really hope we get an expedition. I hope so as well, James MC. Matt the Low, I want No Man's Sky golf update. Create your own courses and play with friends. Imagine the different gravity and weather conditions. Matt the Low. That would be quite cool. I mean, you can actually put in a golf course. You use the spawner. You can dig some holes or whatever and just try and hit the balls into them. But yeah, it doesn't tally a score or anything, does it? But yeah, I suppose you could if you was really good at logic switches and things. Old Explorer, and we've got DC there as well. You ain't never lied, Legacy Zero. No, Legacy Zero called this coming to the Switch years ago. He was like, yeah, I think one day we'll get this on the Switch. And I was like, Legacy, I don't think so, matey. But no, he was right. He was right. Yeah, so hats off, Legacy Zero. On the ball. Sweet. Okay, yeah, Jason and Beeble were playing permadeath. Were they? Oh, okay, cool. The countdown is on. Well, something that we're not seeing. Normally we look for signs, don't we? We look for the emoji, we look for the depots being updated, and we look for sales. Now, I think this time is going to be a bit different. I don't think we're going to see sales, mainly because the Nintendo Switch version is full price. How shite would it be if Nintendo players were paying full price, but then people on Steam, PlayStation and Xbox had it at half price? It just can't work this time. So we're not going to see the sales. But the depots got updated internally today, and I think they're probably going to get updated publicly on the Friday, and hopefully everybody's going to get it at the same time. Fingers freaking crossed, because there's always one console or maybe even PC that might lag behind. It's been Xbox the last couple of times that hasn't got it on time, and I know that's upset a few individuals quite a lot inside of the verse. In fact, if it, it didn't drop on PlayStation 5 right away either. I was waiting for some time and watching other people play all the new content. I mean, I can hit it up on my PC, which I might do if it just drops on PC early and doesn't hit the consoles at the same time. I might fire it up on my PC, depending. Friday, though, I have got work, so the only way I'll be able to cover it if it is somewhere near to my lunch break. I can take flexi lunch. I have got that sort of ability, but I might only be able to stream for an hour, and it's whatever I can find in an hour without the patch notes, But yeah, it should be fun. I'm looking forward to Friday. I really am. Oh, and another thing, with Friday, there's a new Hellraiser movie coming out. Angry Joe Show has just done a review on the Hellraiser. He does the review, then he does the spoilers afterwards, the Angry Joe Show. I like the guy. I know some people don't, but yeah, awesome. Yeah, and I didn't watch the spoilers, but he says it's amazing. He says it's brilliant. So I'm really looking forward to that on the Friday as well. So I'm going to have to halve my day. I'm going to have to jump off No Man's Sky to watch that for sure, because I love Hellraiser. I like that. Anyhow, so we go relaxing mode, No Man's Sky fishing, says Eternal Darkness. We can pulse fishing, but yeah, fishing on planets could be quite fun, to be fair. If they added in some beasties, some awesome fish, that could be pretty darn fun, to be honest. I do like fishing even in real life, Anyhow, let me scroll down through this little patch notey thing. Oh, for those that are just joining, these patch notes on the screen, these are what I did as a mock-up ages ago, and this was my idea for 4.0, okay, and I called it No Man's Sky Odyssey. And if I just move this down a bit, you'll see it says version 4.0 up there. I done this in Photoshop. Now, somebody kindly sent me a template for this. I didn't make the template, so full credits to them for the template. It mentions who'd done the template in this Reddit post, and we were just scrolling down, and I'd got here to ship customization. I don't think we're going to get ship customization, but I think we're going to be able to upgrade our ships out a little bit further with inventory space and maybe the power of the ships, because Sean Murray has actually said that in one of the interviews, that for those people that have been playing over 1,000 hours, there's going to be end-game content to upgrade our multi-tools, or the tech for the multi-tools, and also our ships, and maybe even the storage, which is a bit odd because I almost think that the storage for the ships is probably at its maximum already. But what I was thinking is, at the moment, ships don't really have much reason to have those ships, so I was thinking of ship perks and also ship missions, and you can see them all on the screen here from what I was sort of saying would be nice to have in game when I put this little video with this mock-up together. I'm hoping they bring in elements of that, but I don't want to overhype or over speculate or suggest things that aren't going to come in, but these are the things that I put on Reddit. Now, this got a lot of upvotes, and Hello Games said that you always look at stuff on Reddit. That's why I put things on Reddit when it comes to videos or mock-ups that I think are really good ideas. I also send them on the Zendesk, and also message a few individuals that I know are at Hello Games sometimes with some of my better ideas videos. But yeah, so we got abandoned freighter bosses. Now, The actual derelict freighters, the end room, you may have noticed it's double room height, but why? You know, all the rest is little corridors and single room height, but the end room is double room height. I really hope they add bosses in there at some point, especially for those people that are tooled up to the nines and need that extra challenge. It'd be cool if they threw those in there. Maybe that's a way that we get new modules and things. I mean, Sean Murray said that you've got to go and look for these things in space, so it's probably going to be exploration driven rather than combating frickin' bosses driven. But however they put it in, hopefully it's going to be fun, is where I'm going with this. Because if it's a case of just pumping nanites into something until it changes class, that's not fun. I mean, the whole wingman thing, they missed a trick there. You know, if you actually had to recruit a wingman and get that wingman all the way up to S class before they let you employ a second wingman, and then you bring that one up to S class, and you do it by doing battles or something and staggered it out a bit more, so you built up a little bit of a relationship with that wingman. It'd be nice if little holograms popped up of the wingman after they've done a kill or something, or if they're in trouble saying assist me or whatever. It'd be nice if there was that little interaction going on. I mean, we've seen holograms appearing on our dash all the time when we've been working on the Artemis mission, but it'd be nice to have that relationship going on with your actual wingman, and they could have done it where it was more skill based rather than just pump nanites into a freaking wingman to up the level. I'm hoping that what they've done to elements of No Man's Sky is gamified it. You know, it's going over to the Switch, where the people on the Switch are definitely gamers, and it is more of a single sort of playthrough. Now, where they say that they're tying things up and tidying things up, I'm hoping it's to do with progression and getting rid of some of this random numbers game crud, because I don't see random numbers as being very gamey. It's like the actual freighters that are in distress, and you rescue them, and you've just got to pray and hope that it's a freaking S-class, and if not, you've got to reload your game. Well, now they've added in this auto-save feature that's going to be auto-save in all the freaking time. Are you going to be able to exploit that in the same way, or are you just going to have to live and hope and go through millions of freaking battles until you get an S-class by sheer freaking chance? You see, the way they could gamify that is when you come into the system, it's already an S-class, but the more it gets attacked, the more it gets damaged, the more repairs you've got to do, and the more work you've got to do to get it back up to an S-class. Or if you can rescue it super quickly, the higher the chance is it's still going to be an S-class. If you leave it sitting there for 3 minutes, it's probably going to be a B-class or a C-class. If you manage to take out all those ships within like 2 minutes, it's got a good chance of being an A-class or an S-class. If you do it under a minute, it's going to be a freaking S, you know? That sort of thing. And then that promotes you to either work with friends to take out the bad guys, not that you can on freaking Switch, but that's where you have to plow your work into your wingman, you know? So yeah, ways and means, and I'm hoping they bring some of that in. Now, I also put into this sort of mock-up that wouldn't it be nice if the further you flew away from the centre of the galaxy, because we're trying to get to the centre, that's where the Atlas wants us to go. The Viking have managed to push all the Sentinels to the outer regions of space. Wouldn't it be cool if the further away from the centre you went, so you go the opposite way, to the outer rings, you encounter new Sentinel classes of ships, like these things, like Sentinel frigates, and they come with their own fighters. Maybe there's a big freaking Sentinel walker robot crab creatures or spider bots or whatever, spider tanks, a bit like those from Ghost in the Shell and things. That'd be freaking awesome, you know? And yeah, so rather than get like a double freaking walker drop, you're going to get yourself a freaking spider tank. Oh, we got a new subscriber, Agosia Black Eagle. What a cool name. Yeah, there you go. You've just appeared down in the bottom left corner of my screen there. And the Skeng Biscuit just below with his £5 donation. Thanking you. Oh, we've got JV444. Huh, what am I late for? There's been a freaking emoji drop, JV. It's a telescope. It's a telescope, yes. I think it's just to do with that they're adding in more detail, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt to put a little bit of speculation out there of what else it might mean. What does it mean for the name of the update? I'm going with Odyssey or Horizon. We've got Starship. We've got Rise to Starship Emporium, said Stargazer. Other people have made a few suggestions in here as well. Scroll back through the chat, my friend. Better upgrades for ships, etc. Internal upgrades. Yes, well, it's like the multi-tool. You know, the multi-tool, we got the incinerator put into the game ages ago, and then it got pulled. I'm wondering whether they've made a load of new modules for some really cool weapons. You know, maybe proximity mines, or sticky bombs that when you stick it on something, like a sticky grenade, and then it explodes. I mean, how cool would it be to be shooting like a little drone sentinel stick a sticky bomb on one of the little medic droids as it's flying over, and when it comes over to the one that it's about to heal, it just blows up and takes out the two of them. That'd be quite cool. So you can use the little medic droid as a portable bomb carrier. That'd be quite sneaky, you know. So they could add in all sorts of awesome weapons. It's like in the living ships. I'd love to have some sort of living organic weapon that fires out these little boogers that slowly eats the shield and then starts eating through the hull of ships and stuff. That'd be pretty darn freaking cool. You know, add more alien-esque type weapons on ships. That'd be sweet. Yes, Teletubbies. What the fudge you on about, Mwami Mwanza? Teletubbies? In space? No tower? No, then again, that said, I think it'd be quite cool if like 1 in every million planets had like the last campfire sort of little creatures on as fauna. You know, Ember, the other No Man's Sky, well, the Hello Games game that they've made, last campfire. It'd be quite cool if they had like 1 in a million planets that had those little Ember creatures on. And maybe there's a code on the actual station on the wall or something that when you put it into Steam or into the PlayStation Store, it gives you a redeem voucher where you get money off of frickin' last campfire. So it's like cross sort of platforming. Okay, well, you bought No Man's Sky, you might like the last campfire. Here you go, here's £5 off if you manage to find this code. That'd be pretty cool, and hide the code somewhere in No Man's Sky. That'd be pretty darn sweet. But not only that, let you actually have that little Ember creature as a pet. That'd be pretty darn freaking sneakies. Yeah, Just Cause No Man's Sky. Fudging heck. I'm freaking out. I need to be calm. Yeah, okay. Go watch some Teletubbies. I'll do the trick. Actually, that's like being on freaking acid watching that show. Imagine watching it on something. That'd be... Oh my god. That would freak you out. That'd be freak you out. Interesting, just getting up to speed with this. Not played for a while, says Kevin7. Well, Kevin7, you're in for a treat because Hello Games, well, Sean Murray of Hello Games, actually done interviews where he's actually sat down with people and said exactly what you're saying here about it, just getting up to speed with all this, not played for a while. Apparently, this new update is going to add in a relaxing mode, and the relaxing mode is supposed to deliver all the new content in more of a seamless sort of streamlined fashion, so you don't have to go hunting for it, it finds you or something. It's like Sean Murray said that people want to get their mech a bit quicker and things like that. Well, apparently this is all going to happen in this new update somehow, in a new mode somehow, and that's all we've been given, but at least it's better than nothing. It's given us something to speculate on and drive up a bit of hype and interest prior to the launch for Switch, which I think Sean Murray has done all this on purpose. You know, all year round he's been frickin' silent when it comes to interviews and things, and right the week before the Switch update, it suddenly opens his doors to a load of people and interviews them, and then chucks out an emoji because he knows how frickin' crazy we go over his emojis. Yeah, so thank you, Sean. Yes, I'm not sleeping tonight. And no set biomes was the last bit that I ended off on here. But it does mention about shutting down Sentinel pillars as well on side of this this little mock-up that I put up. So yeah, it's. I also mentioned about getting ownership of your own Sentinel drone, which we've now got. We've actually got Laylaps, so we've got Laylaps. So there was a lot of things that I put into here. And I also mentioned about new Sentinel types as well, which we've now got new Sentinel types on planets, but we haven't got anything larger. I was hoping to get some larger things. Actually, we did get the Minotaur on planets, didn't we? That has got the flamethrower, the baddie. So you know what? I think a lot of the things that I've already speculated on, or put into this mock-up, I've actually made it into the verse already. So I think I've done pretty good with that. Anyhow, so yeah, for anybody that missed it, Sean Murray has tweeted out this one here, which is a little telescope. It's put people into a frenzy. 293 frickin' comments on here at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to put in my thoughts. I'm going to put in my guesses for the name. Odyssey or Horizons. I think I spelled that right. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Chickaboom. Sweet. Dandelion and done. There we are. So, yeah, if I hit onto there, we should see all the other comments now. No, we don't. Yeah, I'm still not very good at Twitter. You just saw there, I just completely ballsed up. There we go, click into that. Oh, for fudge's sake, just let me read the bloody messages. There we go. Now we're in. So, loads of Kim Jong-uns. We got so far on this one already. I thought that might have been Warfy with Star Trek, but no. Okay. Hello, games. Just crack up watching us react to these. Exactly what I was just saying, Kim. Yes, definitely on the same page. Guess the update's dropping tomorrow, says Human. I think Sean Murray's made it relatively clear that it's going to be dropping on the Friday, but you know what? I hope you're right, because, yes, that'll make my Friday a little bit less busy. Yeah, No Man's Sky Astroneers with new milestones. We become Astroneers to explore the universe even further and record everything properly. So this is another thing that Sean Murray has said to the people doing interviews and things. Oh, let's just turn that music down a tad. That tune's a little bit higher than the others. I don't know why. There we go. Oh yeah, I'll turn that down a little. Sorry about that, people. That music got a bit loud, didn't it? That one's a hip hop tune. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's got a nice little beat. But yeah, what was I saying? Yes, so Sean Murray in the interview with one of the people that he was talking to, he mentioned about the UI now having a place for all the lore and all the story that you've managed to uncover so far, so you don't lose where you are with stuff. And that's another thing that I said that I would love to have is a lore catalogue. Because I'm a bit of a lore buff. Can't remember which video I said it in, but it was frickin' ages ago now. But that's pretty darn frickin' cool if that does get added in, if that becomes a thing. And there are going to be some UI tweaks, apparently. I don't know whether it's the same ones that we leaked out earlier that people found in the game files. When I say people, it was a guy called Lenny. But yeah, it does look very touchscreen-esque, which would be very good for VR. It'd be very good for the Apple. It'd be very good for Steam Deck. I don't know whether Steam Deck's actually touchscreen. Could I be talking out my backside? Maybe. I love frickin' Monty Python. They're nice. Cool. I think I've seen that one twice in here. Let's do it. It's that time. Oh no, I think there's just a few that have snuck in there. Go, whatever that is. I haven't had no likes. No likes on my tweet. Okay. Well, people are probably in bed now. Anyway, there we go. Boom. Sweet. But yeah, I am excited for 4.0 now, people. Because we know that we're getting new game modes and new play styles and new approaches. And Sean Murray has also said that they're going to add in some higher tier stuff. They're actually thinking about those players that have been playing for over 1,000 hours, is what he actually said in one of the interviews, that they're going to be adding in like a higher tier. Now, I'm hoping that they do it behind Atlas Pass free doors, so it makes rhyme or reason and sense as to why we've got these Atlas Pass frees. You know, that for me would work quite well. Or whether they tie some of these stuff into finding certain spatial anomalies and stuff, that could be quite cool. However they do it, I just want it to be fun. If they go and do it by pumping in freaking nanites or something, or buying your way into these updates or these extra enhancements, I'm not so into that. I want something skill-based. I want something that makes me come back each day and try harder each day to push the numbers up even further. But there's got to be a reason as well to push those numbers up that little bit higher. Because at the moment you encounter sentinels and they shoot you and they just ping, 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 does no damage, doesn't do anything. So why am I going to bother about upping my numbers when I can already take them out with a single freaking geology cannon? Yeah, so I don't know. They do really need to add in more challenges and rethink a lot of things. And they did say that they're going to be going back in now because they've done broad strokes and adding in more detail. But we don't know to what depth that actually comes into play. And I think this emoji is just saying that they're adding in more detail. That face is creeping me out. Sorry for staying on that for too long. Oh, look at that, from Power Rangers. Yeah, she was cool, wasn't she? Yeah. Pretty freaky, but pretty cool. Telescope is like a microscope, but for No Man's Sky, seeing the design of the cosmos, an update about the structure of No Man's Sky in the interviews. Just a guess. That's exactly what I was trying to say in a frickin' sentence. Thank you there, Alex SX. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I think the telescope means. They're just focusing on detail, they're adding in a bit of polish, they're tying a few things up, they're going in, they're adding in a bit more detail, and I don't think it's going to be any deeper than that. I don't think we're going to see swaves of content, but the content that we've got, I think, is going to be having a little bit more sense, a bit more rhyme and reason, and being tied up, and loose ends maybe being finished off. It's like all the NPCs in the Nexus at the moment, they're standing around like freaking lemons. Hopefully they're going to be utilized a little bit more. That's one example. You know, maybe give them some backstories, maybe the odd time they might give you a mission or something, just anything rather than just standing there playing musical statues on their own. Yeah, so yeah, That's one example. I mean, there's countless other examples in there, isn't there? So hopefully they're going to add a little bit of depth to what they've already put in. They've added in some solid foundations. Now that I'm hoping they're just going to build on some of those foundations and add in some detail. And it'd be nice if they do an update like this yearly. If this one turns out to be good, and I'm really hoping that it is, I'm hoping that they do something like this each year, just to make sense and rhyme and reason and tie up and add more depth to the stuff that they've already added in. Because let's face it, they've added in a freaking lot of content. Now they need to do is just add some depth to that content. All the foundation is there, now start building it up a bit. It's like the settlements. The settlements, it's great that they've made a procedural sort of little mini town for us, but at the moment the NPCs just wander around like zombies. They never give you any sort of quests to do. You can't really help them with their happiness levels unless you get an interaction with a visitor, but you can see them saying, oh yes, I just want to go to the pub. Well, I built one, go to it, or whatever. There's no sort of relationship as being an overseer with those people. You don't employ them, they magically appear. It'd be nice if you go and find all your own residents, and occasionally they give you missions or something. Settlements is a prime example, but I could make this video go on all freaking night about things that could do with a little bit of extra depth. But I'm fairly sure all of you guys inside of this live chat right now and players of No Man's Sky know the areas that you hope that they capitalize on and add more depth to. I mean, the only place that I think has had loads of depth added to it is the base building. Base building has had a lot of love and has had loads of depth put into it. I would like to see that same level of love put into each of the other elements, the core elements. So that's exploration, combat, survive, and the trade, the economy type stuff. Economy and trade, that could really add another level, especially if they went to the elite sort of level on it. That could entice in a lot more players that are into all that sort of galactic trade stuff. Because at the moment you make like kinship and you add like your relationship with certain factions, or you go and be a complete git and a pirate, and it doesn't make any difference to the level of frickin' trade or economy. So I'm hoping they visit that. So these are all the things that I would say to you people out there in the viewerverse right now. If they are going back in and adding in those detailed paint strokes onto their broad strokes, or they're adding in extra building onto those foundations, think about the things that you hope that they strengthen. And I know that it might not happen. I don't want you to set it as expectation, but just go, what if? A lot of people have lost a bit of excitement for this, but after hearing some of these interviews, my excitement level has risen. It's not where it was before, because I was thinking, this is 4.0. This is going to be a big update. It's going to be at least like Origins, or it's going to be like Next Level or whatever, because they've all been massive. But Sean put those back into the box slightly on it, but I think he's opened up in some of these interviews to sort of give us a little bit of excitement, but he's just trying to keep us in check to say it's not as big as Next. So yeah, don't go in there thinking that it is. So I don't think it's even going to be as big as Origins, but at the same time, if it's like Synthesis. Synthesis was a bloody good update, and that added in a lot of strength to core elements. If it's Synthesis sized, I'd be super damn happy. And I think it's got every chance of being Synthesis sized, if not even more so for all of us players, after reading these interviews. So that's where my expectations, or where I'm setting mine, is around sort of Synthesis. So think Synthesis. If you don't know what Synthesis is, go read the patch notes on Synthesis, and that's where I'm thinking we might be with this sort of update. That's where I'm thinking anyway, and then I'm really hoping that we get to see an expedition on top of that. Hell no to NFTs. Yeah, no, we don't want NFTs. Heck no, because I don't even really know what they are. I'm showing my age now. Oh yes, a lore and logbook to access the bridge. Showing your story would be nice touch. Well, they've already mentioned that they'll be doing that. Galdor? Hello there, Galdor. Good to see you here. I think I met you at the meetup, didn't I, Galdor? Very interesting chappy. Cool. And we got musical table, another update, another exploration, variation miss. Ooh, yeah, I don't think we're going to get any variation to planets and things like that, but you never know, there might be some, mightn't there? I'd like it if they added a little bit more to the lava worlds and also the marsh worlds, because right now those two planets they feel like they're lacking a little bit of love, don't they? They haven't got their own plant that grows there per se that you can plant out in your farms and things. They're not like the other biomes. They're kind of in between the exotic biomes and the normal biomes that we've got. And no one really wants to visit them anymore. You've been there once or twice. Once you've seen one or two of them, you've seen all of them. They need a little bit more variety, those two biome types. They felt rushed to me. Blue Fizz! Hello there, Blue Fizz. Don't get the meaning of the telescope. I just think it's got to do with looking at the detail in more. Oh, a Synthesis level update. Please God, Synthesis was a low-key and excellent update. Legacy Zero, couldn't agree more. I loved Synthesis. Synthesis did a lot. Although when you looked at it on the outside and you looked at it on the patch notes, you was like, oh, okay, all right. But once you got in game and started experiencing Synthesis, it was actually really quite cool. What it actually done was added in a fair bit more depth in some of the key areas that made it more fun. So I'm hoping they do the same again. Okay, the further updates, see what's cooking and look further through the future of No Man's Sky. You just mentioned cooking there, player required. It's like cooking at the moment. Why bother doing cooking? But then again, they're saying that they're going to be revamping the survival mode. Will they add cooking into that? Will cooking become more part of surviving? You know, feeding yourself is a good way to survive, isn't it? You know, maybe they might make it a little bit better when it comes to that sort of thing. So, oh Jesus Christ, says Bruce Scream. Yeah, that sums it up, doesn't it? Yeah, that's a little bit of blasphemy. I hate the weight. I don't own a Switch, so quality of life and balancing improvements. Updates, let's go. Oh, that's just reminded me. I did a poll, people, over on the YouTubes. Let's just get rid of the visualization for a sec. Actually, might be able to get away with it. Let's see if we can leave it on the screen, because I do like that visualization. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of it. Right, here we go. Your channel. And we go into community. Boom. And I put out a poll. So I put, what are you most looking forward to in No Man's Sky 4.0? Don't see an option you like, add a comment. Now, I found this really interesting. Only 6% of people, 427 votes so far, only 6% are looking forward to playing it on the Switch. But then my audience, I don't think I've got a very young audience. My audience seems to be people above the age of 25 and older. I don't really have many people under the age of 13 watching my content. So that could be why it's so low as a 6%. Custom game settings got an 18%, so a lot of people like the idea of that by the looks of things. Survival mode revamp overhaul, 21%. I don't really play on survival, I play on normal mode, and I'm really eager to see what relax mode has. I'd go the other way from survival, depending on what they do. If they do a death loop type survival mode, a bit like that last expedition, I actually enjoyed that. That was good fun, because you definitely didn't want to start over. Heck no, you didn't. So you avoided death like the plague. The new relaxing game mode, 15%. But overwhelmingly, the winner was just seeing the patch notes and the quality of life stuff. So, you know, if it is a Synthesis update, I think that's going to make people really happy, because that's kind of what they would like to see from looking at this poll. If you read it that way, the quality of life stuff, that was Synthesis, was just quality of life stuff. So it's actually raised my spirits quite a bit doing this poll and seeing all those Sean Murray interviews, which is pretty darn freaking excellent. So happy days. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Friday, and I hope you guys out there in the viewerverse are too. And yeah, I know I put out quite a lot of speculation earlier this month around 4.0, but that's because I thought it was going to be a big update, so sorry if I put a little bit of extra hype into the verse. But at the same time, we know we had the sponsored videos. So many of our content creators were hit up, myself included, with sponsored videos. Now, the only other time Hello Games has done that is right before they introduced the Twitch drops, and they went out with quite a large update. I think it was Origins, just before we'd done the last one. So I was thinking, well, they've done that, and the sales happened as well, didn't they? But then after that, we got the Switch trailer drop and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay. All this might have just been for Switch. And I did have that gut feeling to say, okay, maybe the wind in my sails shouldn't be blowing as hard as it was. So sorry about that, people, but I still think this year has got more to come. At least I hope it has. You know, I'm hoping that we get like an expedition when it comes to this newest update for Switch players to embark on a nice expedition. But then I'm hoping maybe towards the end of October, maybe to have a mini little Halloween-y update. But then it usually goes quiet after Halloween until the new year, doesn't it, with No Man's Sky? We might get one more expedition, but then, yeah, on to the next year, I guess. But interesting stuff. And also in his interviews, Sean Murray has talked about the new project, that it's actually quite far in, further in than when they first announced No Man's Sky, and it went from 2013 to 2016 before they actually released No Man's Sky, a 3-year period. Now they said they're already further in, so does that mean that we're looking at less than a 3-year period before their new title drops? Are we looking at somewhere around 2025, maybe even before? Tantalizing, and I'm quite eager to learn more of that. I'm kind of thinking if Hello Games are going to play it the savvy like, they might want to put something out about their new title before Starfield drops into the verse, you know, because that's going to be quite a competitor for their crowd of audience. I mean, let's face it, we lost some people to the likes of Star Citizen. You know, a lot of content creators for No Man's Sky have moved over to Star Citizen or are covering it equally as much as they are No Man's Sky. And, you know, that game is forever growing as well. So they've got rising competition from Star Citizen, but then now they're going to have rising competition from the likes of Starfield as well. So I'm hoping Hello Games, until their new project drops, are going to be pumping out update after update still into No Man's Sky to keep it competitive so they don't lose an audience. But there we go, that's just my feelings. So Dark Lord Zerric has come up with the idea of Discover as a name. That's quite a cool name, heck yes. Not a Vampire 111, you have 1 point. I didn't even know I had a freaking game. I haven't set up a game in my Streamlabs. What the actual fudge? I don't have games enabled. How have you done that? Okay, well, you're a vampire. I'm not going to argue. Do what you like. Get as many points as you want. I don't know what you're going to do with them. It's not like I've got any redeem codes or anything like that there, matey. But yeah, I want the previous Expeditions rerun. Eternal Darkness, I think that might happen around December time. The last time we done reruns, they went all the way through December and partly through, or all the way through January, if I remember rightly. So it wasn't just Christmas, it went through January too, if I remember right. Because, you know, Hello Games sort of down tools over the Christmas period. And I think they have a good 2-month break, to be fair. And I think rerunning of Expeditions is perfect for that time of year, not only for them, but also for everybody that got to miss it. Because, you know, we have a bit of a wind down ourselves, don't we? We go into hibernation mode. In a roundabout way. So yeah, cool. So that's my thoughts on that. I think it's going to be around Christmas to New Year if they do reruns. If they do them. They might not. So there we go, people. I've nearly been on mic for an hour talking about epoxy emoji. This is what it does to us people in the viewerverse, and Sean Murray bloody knows it. They know it at Hello Games. And yeah, putting it out at frickin' 11 o'clock. Cheeky little scamps, you know. I'm wondering whether Sean Murray's gone and relocated to the frickin' US with this time zone frickin' nonsense, because this isn't the first time he's bloody done it. He's done it a few times. So anyway, people, I'm going to be checking out now. But yeah, I'm going to be keeping an eye on this poll. If you've got anything else to say, you know, add it into the comments of this video. And if you're watching this back, add it into the comments. If you're new to this channel, if you just popped in for a little bit of, you know, what the fudge is going on here, and this is the first you've seen of me and my channel, hopefully you like what you see with your eye peepers and hear with your ear holes. Yes, so yeah, it'd be awesome to have you on board. If you want to hit that subscribe button, hit the like, maybe hit the notification bell so you don't miss another video. Jason Plays has just dropped me $10 US. Steve, I should have come here earlier. Well, how do that, Jason? Jason, I was just getting ready for bed. I just finished watching you on my TV downstairs, or you and Beeble doing what you was doing, and I was just getting ready for bed. And yeah, the emoji drop. Sean Murray blanking stuck out the emoji, so I quickly done a quick freaking thumbnail. You know what it's like. Jumped on here and started speculating about what this may all mean. I didn't mean to stay on here for an hour, but I got talking, and this is what happened. I really wish I could have joined you and Beeble on your stream, because I would have loved to have joined you for that speculation session. If you do it through Discord, I've got Discord. I could always join you on Discord, and I can hook up with you on PlayStation. So if you ever have anything like that going on, if you give me a nudge, hit me up. I'll be sure to jump on over. That would have been fun. Anyhows, thank you very much for the £10. That is super generous of you. 07 Jason Plays. If you haven't checked out Jason Plays, he was actually live earlier with Beeblebum, like I say, doing some awesome speculation. So if you want to hear a lot of what they had to say on what they think 4.0 is going to be bringing into the verse, jump on over and rewatch that live stream, because it was actually really quite cool. So yeah, awesome stuff. Anyhows, I'm going to be logging out now, peeps. Take care. Have a nice night. And yeah, hopefully I might do some more content in between here and Friday. And yeah, take care. Bye-bye.